All those colors representing our diversity and our inclusiveness. As you know, October's power is zeal, and each of our speakers this month will be addressing that power. It's a wondrous power, a power each of us possesses. We demonstrate it in different ways, and that's just fine. And welcome home. We celebrate abundance, abundance of all the food that you'll be eating on Thanksgiving weekend, abundance of spiritual love, faith, all the powers that we have inside. We're open to new ideas here at Unity of London. We believe in supporting each other mutually. And you saw some of that this morning. And we're delighted to be here. Evolving peace. We always share the 5 principles, and ideally, when you are sharing them out loud, you're really thinking through what that means in your life. Number 1, God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. I am naturally good because God's divinity is within me and in everyone. I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. And I think there were a few that were missing. So through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. I do my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. And the part with all the people with their hands raised in air is a little addition, because it's a reminder that people with passion, people who truly believe in what they are doing, in their values and their way of life, are the ones who can change the world for the better. And that's you. That's all of us. So we practice being the change by living the truth we know. And we coexist. We gather together to learn, to sing, to laugh, to party, to enjoy treats in the fellowship room. That's all part of coexisting. And here's a new song. Hopefully this song we'll hear the music. If there's no music, everybody does know this song, and it's a rousing one. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing grace today. I'm choosing grace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing grace today. I choose compassion today. I choose compassion today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I choose compassion today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing joy today. I choose abundance today. I choose abundance today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I choose abundance today.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm walking the road. I'm singing, I choose heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today.
I guess that proves something. It proves that we can sing without the music background. And I heard more voices singing today than sometimes we do when there's all that music behind us. We have a prayer chest, and the prayer chest is being emptied every week. And all those prayers that you put in, the names of people, go out to our prayer chaplains and they join in prayer, keeping in mind the love and the positive energy of everyone who's on that list. Silent Unity has been operating for more than 130 years, long, long time. And you can call Silent Unity. We know this. We hear it every Sunday, but it's good to be reminded. 1-800-NOW-PRAY. And you'll hear someone on the other end being happy and willing to pray with you. Today, our prayer chaplains are Dawn and Wilda. Wilda online, and Lorraine can connect you if you want to speak with Wilda. Dawn is right here in the building, and she will be either in the front office, the front room, which is now our prayer room, or in the fellowship, enjoying fellowship. If you want to pray with Dawn, just give her a little pull on her shirt or a little tap on the shoulder, and she'll be very happy to pray with you. I invite you now to close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Just to breathe into this space, this quietness, the bliss of connecting with divine presence. We breathe in that opportunity. And today, as part of our Canadian Thanksgiving, we are truly grateful for our many, many blessings. Blessings of peace, friendship, family, abundance. We hold in prayer all those throughout the world who are wanting peace, who need peace, those who have been rescued, those who are in refugee camps, those who are homeless, and those who care for the homeless. We hold all of these people in loving, affirmative prayer, affirming their courage, their resilience, their strength of spirit. We take a moment now to whisper the names of those close to our hearts. I always think this part ends too fast because I know we have many, many people that we love. But hold them in your heart and know that they will feel your love wherever they are. This month, we hold in prayer Unity of Vancouver and Unity of York study group. And I also invite you to hold in prayer all spiritual leaders, all licensed Unity teachers, all of our political leaders, our healthcare workers, that they share gratitude for their calling, that they be of service in loving, caring, generous ways, and that they be upheld spiritually. For these and for all of our prayers, we say amen. What a joy to welcome our past Unity president, but somebody who's so active in our lives, Renee Sawa.
Good morning. Yes, Zeal. Woke me right up. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Today's daily word is worthy. All people are worthy as children of God. It can be easy to look at others and see differences, the things that tend to keep us separate. I may even make judgments about their worthiness, but each person is so much more than their appearance, habits, and histories. Today, I commit to treating them as I would want them to treat me, as the divine beings they are. I will look beyond appearances, put aside any judgments, and open my heart to others. I will treat all others as individuations of the divine and beloved members of the human family. As I do this, I feel differences and separation fall away. I behold our similarities and feel a new kind of kinship, one born of respect and acceptance. All people are one in God, and each is worthy of inclusion and belonging. From Romans 8:16. It is that very spirit bearing witness with our spirit that we are children of God. Today's speaker is Gary Obermuller. Gary was born in British Guyana, which is now the independent Republic of Guyana. He came to Canada in 1989 with a wife and 2 kids. He was introduced to Silent Unity by his mom around 1970. A man by the name of Laurie De Jong was the spiritual and his mentor. He started attending Unity of London about 2003 under the leadership of Reverend Laurie Hisson. He's very grateful to be here. With his message, The Difference Maker is Zeal. Please join me in welcoming Gary Obermuller.
Thank you very much, Renee. It's certainly a zealous way of welcoming me. I can feel that zeal. You know, when I was approached about this presentation by Pauline, I was, should I say yes or no? But Pauline has a way of pulling my arm. He has a way of pulling my arm through the phone. And I would say thank you because it's one of the subjects that I enjoy. I did some research on zeal. Of course, online, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, Collins English Dictionary. And they seem to all be saying the similar thing, that zeal is like his enthusiasm, but enthusiasm on steroids. You know what I mean? You want to drive. You want to kick. You want to punch. We have an example of that in Jesus when he entered the courts of the temple on Passover. And what he saw, the people doing business, not for the benefit of the temple. They were more centered in business, making money. He was infuriated. He was angry. The Bible described it as saying, zeal for the Lord's house has eaten me up. That's how he was described as being. So zealous that he got there to them and he threw them out. In one translation, it said he made a cord and drove them out. That is what you call righteous anger. In fact, someone describes it a little better than I do. This was Pastor Jason Elder. I don't remember what site it was, but he is a Christian man, not from Unity. But he says in his sermon, Jesus clears the temple. Christians can learn from Jesus' example of righteous anger. Anger becomes righteous when it's motivated by concern for God's glory, justice for the oppressed, and protection of the vulnerable, rather than personal offense or self-interest. However, righteous anger must be expressed through controlled, purposeful action rather than emotional outbursts. Yes, this is not fanaticism. Jesus was founded on truth. His mission so zealously accomplished and pursued and accomplished. Forgive me for speaking in a grammar that is not familiar to me. He knew what he was here for, and he zealously pursued his objective. When I was about, I was 15 years old, my dad had passed away. I was still in public school. I was one of those kids who spent a little longer in public school for some reason. I didn't like school. To say the truth, I didn't like school. I didn't enjoy it much. But just before I entered high school, my dad had passed away in December 1972. And I couldn't understand it. I knew it passed. I went to the funeral, but yet I don't remember myself mourning his death. And I would see people with similar features, and I wondered, is that my dad? I used to sit at a table in the house where we lived, and there was a window. My dad, when he come home, I would see his head because the stairs, the way the houses are made, the stairs are outside, and you go in from the veranda. And every now and then I would look because I thought my dad I would see his head popping up there. But later on, many years later, I've come to accept the fact that he had passed. Why am I saying this? Because of that situation, I had to nourish myself with the right things lest I become negative. And one of the people who helped me to do that is a guy by the name of Norman Vincent Peale. I guess many of you know him. He was a prolific Christian writer. And one of the books that I read, in fact, the first book I read from him is The Power of Positive Thinking. I loved it so much, I read it. Then I bought the other one, Enthusiasm Makes the Difference. Oh my God. And we're talking about zeal. Enthusiasm on steroids. I would like to read something here. I was at a library and I was trying to get those two books, especially the one entitled Enthusiasm Makes a Difference, or The Difference, rather. But what they had was one of the books he wrote here entitled, Why I Believe in Life Beyond Death. So I would read a passage from it. It says, I went into a hotel coffee shop in an Indiana town one dark, gloomy, soggy morning. The restaurant was crowded except for one table for two, and I was seated at this table. Suddenly, I noticed a man at the door and was struck by the happiness of his countenance. The hostess brought him over to my table and asked if I minded if he sat with me. And of course, I welcomed him. We were by the window, and you could hear the plunk of the rain outside. But he greeted me with the words, "Isn't this a terrific morning?" Well, yes, I guess it is. It's raining, though. Ah, yes, he continued. But look at the rain slating through the dark branches of those trees out there, and see the raindrops glistening like diamonds. Isn't it beautiful? By this time, he had me excited about it too. Then he changed the subject. You know, there is something exciting about breakfast in a hotel dining room, isn't there? Everybody's getting ready for the day. There's an aroma of food. And look at the steam coming up from that coffee. Isn't that beautiful? Well, I am an enthusiastic individual, but I figured this was really putting it on. So I said, "I'm interested in your vibrant attitude. How did you get this way?" "Well, sir, I'll tell you, I really love life." I want to read that again. "Well, sir, I'll tell you, I really love life." Then he continued thoughtfully. "Some time ago, I was in a serious accident. And while the doctors were working on me in the hospital, as from some great distance, I could hear one voice after another saying, 'There isn't much chance for this fellow. He's pretty badly banged up. I hope we can save him.' And even in my bewildered state, I thought, 'Oh, I don't want to die.' It was touch and go for days, but by the grace of God, I got well. And now it is all so different, so acutely wonderful. It seems like I never really lived before. People are beautiful. The world is beautiful. Even simple things are exciting." What had happened to this man? What had happened to this man? He had experienced a new awareness, a deep sensitivity, a keen delight had been put upon this thing called life that we take for granted and treat as if it were something ordinary. Let's make it exciting. Think of it. Just think of it. We are alive. But are we really? Yes. There are a myriad of examples in our midst, in the annals of history, of how enthusiasm, the steroids, the zeal, the enthusiasm on steroids has shown itself. We have in our midst here a guy by the name of Jack Van Diepen. I'm sure he can tell us some things about enthusiasm. I've been privileged to hear his story. And Jack, if you permit me, may I relate? Thank you. Jack came from the Netherlands, that's right? And he started out in the pig farming business. But it didn't work out well. But that didn't stop him. It didn't daunt his spirit. He said he came with a vision. Fired with zeal, he continued. And he became a successful apple producer. Thank you for your example, Jack. It has been an inspiration to me. Yes, here he sits, an example of zeal in the flesh. Another example I would like to call upon is the late Muhammad Ali. We all know him and we can identify with him. Cassius Clay, he was called. But he wouldn't want you to say that anymore. I idolized Muhammad Ali as a teenager. I wanted to listen to all of his boxing fights. I didn't have TV, and so I listened with friends, relatives, what they call blow-by-blow accounts. But what Muhammad Ali is known for is his enthusiasm, his zeal for humanity, his zeal for his people. When other sportsmen were afraid and lying low, he was vociferous in speaking out against the system. In fact, I had to print off something here about him. His anti-war stance. Says Ali was famously zealous in his refusal to be drafted into the Vietnam War, famously stating, "No Vietnamese ever called me," I say the N-word. This conviction led to him being stripped of his boxing title, banned from fighting for over 3 years, and facing a prison sentence. Racial and religious pride he was fervent for. He was a vocal proponent of Black pride during a time when many Black athletes were expected to be humble and quiet. His brash, confident persona and unapologetic embrace of his Muslim faith were revolutionary and inspired many. Humanitarian work. Ali's zeal extended to his humanitarian work, where he was a dedicated advocate for the less fortunate. He used his fame to raise awareness and provide direct aid to people in need across the globe. In perseverance, his unwavering commitment to his beliefs, despite immense pressure, is a testament to his zealous spirit. This included fighting his conviction, which was eventually overturned. Yes, we have myriads of examples in this world about zealousness. I'll go back to Norman Vincent Peale. And he said, here's something more about him. Just an excerpt here from, it's a, what do they call it? They call EI, whatever it is. Norman Vincent Peale believed that enthusiasm is a powerful force that makes the difference between mediocrity and accomplishment and is essential for success and happiness. He thought that enthusiasm is a controllable energy, like a jet propeller, that is generated by having a compelling ideal and a clear plan to achieve it. Cultivating enthusiasm can help individuals overcome fear, build confidence, solve problems, and improve both their personal and professional life. Yes, this is about the summation of the whole thing about zeal. I have an example in also myself. I couldn't have been up here without it. And I'm very thankful. So I'm encouraging others, if you have in any way benefited from what I've said in this presentation, someone approaches you and asks you, what is the reason for your zeal? You might say, really, I don't know. But however, I know I love life. I love living. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gary, for an inspiring message about enthusiasm on steroids. I have to remember that phrase. And as a young woman, I read Norman Vincent Peale frequently, so I can totally relate. And Muhammad Ali, who used to be Cassius Clay, by changing his name, really gave a message to the world. You gave us a message today that I'm sure we will all remember. And if we only take away 3 words, I love life, that will be wondrous. Thank you so much for sharing. We would normally do a meditation right now, so I invite you to close your eyes and just breathe in this moment. And in the next few moments, as we breathe in and breathe out, our breath and our divine presence are one. And we breathe in the conviction that we love life. And just continue to breathe in and breathe out for the next few moments. Throughout our day and throughout our week, may we remember Gary's message, I love life. And so it is, and so we let it be. This happens to be one of my favorite songs that I used to sing in the car all the time. So I don't know if the music is... Oh, yay! Yay! Please join in singing.
I am alive with the passion and power. I am alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage of faith to free the Christ inside. I am alive with the passion and power. I am alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage of faith to free the Christ inside. I am alive with the passion and power. I am alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage, the faith to free the Christ inside. I am. I free the Christ inside. I free the Christ to be I am. Alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage, the faith to free the Christ inside. I am. I am alive with the passion and power. I am alive with my purpose in life. I have the strength, the skill, the courage, the faith to free the Christ inside. I shall be free.
And thanks to the front row for all their clapping and to everybody for joining in who could sing that. If you could take one phrase, I'm alive with my passion and purpose, and just sing it in your mind in the car, that would really help. So we are now, Kate and Dave are now collecting for Unity. And as they walk around and receive your donations, we are grateful to all who donate in any way you can, time, talent, and treasure. And as you see on the slide, which we see every week, you can donate in many ways, through check, through Tithely, through Interact. And you can also donate by talking to Carol Moore. We still are looking for volunteers. We always love to have volunteers. And volunteers are the lifeblood of Unity of London. They are what keep us going in a spiritual, faith-filled way. And let us join together in our prosperity blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Oh, we have many announcements, thanks to Lorraine. I chose to add another prayer and meditation, and that will be on Tuesday evening, and it will be from 8 to 8:15. It's a little test prayer and meditation to see if anyone would like to join. It's a quiet time. A lot of people go to bed a bit earlier. A lot of our members go to bed a bit earlier. And so it's just an opportunity for you to pray with this particular prayer chaplain. Our other prayer chaplains, including myself, will continue our morning daily prayer and meditation. This one is using the Sunday service link, which is easier to remember. So that's this Tuesday, 8 to 8:15. And even if you have to give up a few minutes of the Blue Jay baseball game, if I can do it, you can do it. October is membership month, and I believe that our secretary, Kate, or our treasurer, Lorraine, has put out a sheet on the back table. Please make sure that your name is there. Your membership in Unity of London is important to you and us. It just makes it official. And if you have new information, just update it, please. Sacred Circle, is it today, Chuck? Chuck's going, yes, it is. 12 to 1. So we need to eat treats fairly, enjoy your treats, savor your treats, and then savor Sacred Circle. Everything within the circle stays within the circle. Last week it was Dorothy, Chuck, and me. And we shared meaningfully. It doesn't matter how many or how few. It's a meaningful opportunity to share. Wednesday combo, another one coming up. And this one sounds delicious. Pasta dinner. You can see the menu right there. All kinds of choices. And it's an opportunity for you to come out, enjoy fellowship, savor a delicious meal, and then stay for Jim's concert. So it's only $25 a person for a delicious meal that includes all those items, and then $10 for a concert. That's a wondrous evening out. So don't just come, invite a friend or friends. We're having a rummage sale, and our dear Suzanne Semple has already promoted it in Coffee News, and that will be November 1st, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We can call it rummage sale, early Christmas bazaar, bring your treasures, doesn't matter what we call it. Don Briglio has donated many, many items. And we're still looking for donations of household items or baked goods. And this is something very special that's coming up with Rob. Rob is our, how could I describe Rob? Environmentalist, a forager, someone who loves nature, someone who practices everything he's talking about. So this is a plant identification walk, and it will be this coming Friday, 3 to 4:30. It starts at the parking lot at Warncliffe and Elmwood, and the group will be limited to 20 to 25 people. If you know someone, you could invite that person to come, someone who would be interested in the plant walk. And Rob McQueen is right here, so you could talk to Rob about it too. There is a sign-up sheet at the back of the sanctuary, and Renee will be on site as well. First person to go to is Rob. If Rob's not here, go to Renee, or go to them both. Sunday, November 9th is Volunteer Appreciation Day, and it will be a very special day for us to honor our volunteers. So Carol's excited about that. I know she is. Carol, did you want to share anything? Oh, she'll be sharing on that day, lots and lots. So if you are a volunteer, make sure that you are here to be celebrated. And if you're not a volunteer, be here to celebrate the volunteers. Wednesday music night, October 15th from Nova Scotia. Woo. Dale Sewers, Sam Hornby, and Dan Rutledge. Dan Rutledge is an amazing musician. I've known him for many years. I've known him for many years as a musician. So you can sign up with Jim online or just pay at the door. It's a wonderful bargain. And these sound like fabulous musicians. Let us join in this lovely prayer that we say each week. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yea, God. And we invite you to join in the circle for our final song.